Good evening, Red Creek, and welcome to the 2026-27 budget hearing. Welcome to everybody that is here in person, and of course, anybody who is watching online this evening. Part one, let me take you through the voter requirements and notice. Our vote is Tuesday, May 19th, 2026. It will take place in our high school foyer and lobby area between the hours of 12 p.m. noon and 8 p.m. in the evening. In order to be a voter here, you need to meet the following qualifications. You need to be a citizen of the United States. You need to be at least 18 years of age. You need to be a resident of the Red Creek School District for a period of at least 30 days prior to the vote. Please remember, votes can be cast either in person or via absentee or early ballot voting. Questions for early ballot and absentees should go to our Red Creek District Clerk. In the next few days, community members should be on the lookout in the mail for our annual budget newsletter, which should be arriving again in the next few days. One change update this year to our voting procedures is the implementation of voting machines. Voters will still fill out paper physical ballots, which will then be scanned and counted via a machine. What will this look like? If you have previously voted in a Red Creek budget, no change. You will just give your name, sign the book, you will receive a paper ballot, you will fill out the paper ballot, filling out the bubbles, and then our voting inspectors and volunteers will assist you in the scanning of it. If you have never voted in a Red Creek budget before, you will need to show proof of residency prior to voting. ID card, license, something along those lines would suffice. And then you would follow that same process, sign in, sign our book. You would receive the paper ballot, go and complete your voting, and then we would assist you with the scanning of that. For the second year in a row, we've been able to survey our community in terms of their budget priorities. This year, some of the biggest priorities that we received back in our feedback was to maintain rigorous programming for our students and to make sure we are providing appropriate enrichment opportunities for our students. I am proud to present this budget, which maintains our existing programs, and in some cases looks to increase those in small specific areas. I think it's important to remember there's so many good things that we're seeing going on in our classrooms, in our elementary schools. This is the second year of our new ELA and math curriculums, and we have certainly seen positive growth in student achievement as a result of that change. At the high school level, we continue to analyze and increase our AP student offerings. In addition to that, we've added in distance learning opportunities with partnerships from many of our local colleges. We're going to continue to offer those things next year, which we believe meets some of the big criterias that the survey results highlighted. At this point, I would like to introduce Ms. Danielle DiBiase, who will take us through the numbers for tonight's budget presentation.
Thank you. So as folks who may have been watching our board meetings know, our proposed budget is split into three main parts: the administrative, program, and capital subsections. So in our overall budget, you'll see we land at just under $28 million, which is a $2.8 million increase, or an 11.4% increase. In the administrative portion, you'll see that overall increase of 9.9%. The majority of that is really tied to increases in Medicare premiums for our retirees. Under the three-part budget divisions, all retiree benefits are included in the administrative portion. So even if someone's a retired teacher, their benefits in retirement are allocated here. Again, we're maintaining our program, and you'll see that reflected in the increases of just over $120,000. In our capital portion is our largest year-to-year budget increase of just under $2.5 million. This is really tied to the capital project and ongoing work. So you'll see this large expense increase as we start paying debt for that project, but in return, on the revenue side, we also have an equal increase in anticipated state aid, which will offset those costs for our taxpayers. This budget also includes a $100,000 transfer to the capital fund. We do a capital outlay project every year. For the 26-27 school year, that outlay project is scheduled to do stage refurbishment, sound system replacements, and potentially scoreboards around the campus. So looking at our revenues, again, we present a balanced budget, so our overall revenues are equal to our budget, just under $27.9 million. Our state and federal aid is just under $21 million. Again, that's about a $2 million increase year to year. That's that offsetting of the debt expenses that you'll see. The tax levy is proposed at just under $5.5 million. And our other revenues are projected to remain relatively stable. So our miscellaneous category, as well as our use of reserves and fund balance, which is really important because we want to continue using that level of reserve and fund balance, not increasing it. That helps with the district's overall fiscal stability. So our tax levy, again, is just under $5.5 million. It's an increase of $176,686, or 3.2%. This is what we would call a tax cap compliant increase, meaning only a simple majority vote is needed for an approved budget. So for our tax levy, a 1% increase is about $53,000. In the chart below, you can see by township what the estimated impact of this tax levy increase would be for you. So if you find your township, you can see on a $100,000 assessed home what that impact would be, ranging between $26 and $41. I would note that these are estimates only. The final tax rolls are not produced until August, so any changes in assessments or equalization rates would have an impact on these projections. Lastly, I'll read through our two propositions on the ballot. Proposition number 1 is for the 2026-2027 budget. Shall the budget for the Red Creek Central School District for the fiscal year commencing July 1, 2026 and ending June 30, 2027, as presented by the Board of Education in the amount of $27,899,873, be approved and adopted, the required funds be appropriated, and the necessary real property taxes required be raised by a tax on the taxable property in the district to be levied and collected as required by law. Proposition number 2 is for the purchase of vehicles to be used in student transportation. Shall the Board of Education of the Red Creek Central School District be hereby authorized to expend $420,000 from the district's existing 2020 Capital Bus Purchase Reserve Fund established by the voters of the district on June 9, 2020, and to use such funds towards the purchase of 1 66-passenger school bus and 3 8-passenger vehicles for use in student transportation at an aggregate maximum cost of $420,000 inclusive of trade-in value. And the last item on the ballot will be the Board of Education member election. So for the election of 2 board members, there are 2 seats for 3-year terms, each beginning July 1, 2026, to fill vacancies created by the expiration of the terms of Elizabeth Decker and Stephanie Folds. The candidates, as they'll appear on the ballot, are Elizabeth Decker, Charles A. Palermo, and Stephanie Folds. And at this time, I would take any questions. Okay, thank you so much.